magical. Don't wanna let you know you're so hypnotic, magical.
Micah, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. That'd be bad
Yeah.
if I messed up your name. And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome down the Bella Field for a women's soccer game with the Tufts Jumbles versus the MIT Engineers. Tufts comes into this game with a 2-2 record overall. They lost to Amherst on Sunday 4-1 and are currently on a 2-game losing streak. MIT, on the other hand, beat Mount Holyoke College on Sunday 2-0 and are on a 5-game winning streak, with only a tie from 6 games overall so far. I'm joined here by Micah on the mic. I'm Gabe Gonzalez on play-by-play. Mike will be doing commentating for the game. And I will have to say, it's Micah, it's your debut match commentating here on JumboCast, so I just want to say welcome.
Thank you.
And we're happy to have you here. So Micah, in this game, it's really a game of two contrasting teams going in different directions. On the Tufts side, you have a team that is really entering this game looking for a lifeline on a 2-game losing streak, trying to avoid a 3-game losing streak. And on the MIT side, you have a team that's got off to a firing start, playing incredibly well so far. Who do you think are 2 or 3 players that we really need to watch out for going into this game?
Yeah, MIT-wise, Megan Rowlett up front has had 28 shots so far in just the 6 games. That's averaging nearly 5 shots a game and 3 goals in her last 3. She is in great form coming into this one. We'll be looking to continue it going into this game.
Yeah, absolutely. It should be.
Sorry, we're just pausing as we wait for the national anthem.
And before break, Micah, you were talking about some players to watch out for in this game. You want to add a couple more thoughts before we kick off here?
Yeah. Megan Rowlett, as we were saying, is a very strong attacking threat for the Engineers. Also, Ashley English took an incredible 8 shots from midfield in their last game out against Mount Holyoke. She's going to be an interesting threat coming forward from midfield. On the Tufts side, Elsie Aries has 4 goals in 4 games. She's already equaled her goal tally from last year, and she is in flying form to start the season, even if not everyone on the team around her is replicating that. Also, Lena Segru is the only ever present in the Tufts team in terms of outfielders today, having played all 360 minutes as a sophomore. So she's going to be an important cog in the Tufts defense today.
Absolutely. Some very interesting players to watch out for, Micah. And I think it should be noted that both teams are coming into this game with a goal exchange. Tufts replacing Kiana Hill in this game with Edwards, and MIT replacing Muffaletto with Everett. So it should be interesting to watch how 2 goalkeepers who haven't played a lot this year so far. Well, in the case of Gigi Edwards, she's a freshman, so she hasn't played at all this year. But it should be interesting to see how these 2 goalkeepers react to this game. It is really a pivotal game for both teams, I would say. Yeah,
it's really going to be interesting to see how Edwards adjusts. This is not an easy first game coming into this one. MIT ranked 8th in the poll that was just released today. Tufts, after their 2 losses this week, dropping out of the top 25. Meanwhile, the other goalie in the MIT goal, Everett, is just returning from a suspension. So she is their starting goalie, but was suspended after a red card in an earlier game this season. Now she's getting her chance to reclaim her spot on the starting field.
Yeah, it should be interesting to watch. And another interesting storyline, I think, in this game is the last 4 or 5 games, I believe, MIT has not conceded a goal. Their defense has been very stout, very compact. When they score goals, they don't typically allow the opposition, the Shantas, to get a goal in once they've taken their lead. It should be interesting to watch. I'll be interested to see exactly how Tufts is able to break down this defense, if they're able to do it, because goals have definitely been hard to come by for Tufts in the last couple games.
Yeah, and when you say 2 goals conceded in 6 games, that's an impressive statistic alone. That's not even taking into account, as you said, past 4 games, MIT have not conceded a single goal. That is going to be a challenge for Tufts today, as they struggle to break down defenses against Wesleyan and Amherst, especially Wesleyan. I watched that game as they struggled to break down just a tough back line from their opponents that day and could not get anything on the score sheet until they were already 3-0 down.
Absolutely. And now you see the Tufts players getting into formation here, waiting for MIT to do the same. Right side here, you have 23 up front. Tufts typically likes to play in a 4-4-2 formation. Interesting to see how fluid that becomes during the game, though. And we're off here at Bella Field for the Tufts Jumbos versus the MIT Engineers. And passes over. Passes over the middle to Kelly. Kelly firing a pass right into the middle. And Greenberg trying to secure it. And they decide to pass back. Another pass to Greenberg. Greenberg trying to do her best to move the offensive possession up here. Another pass to the wing over there. To Summers. Summers doing her best to center the ball here. I think she does, and good defense by MIT to get the ball at a dangerous play.
Just a quick start here by the Jumbos, trying to get something on the board early, and they know that the longer the wait goes on, the more pressure will be on them to score. They want to get something on the board as fast as they can.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, very compact, tight defense by MIT. We've seen that so far in the opening minutes of the game, as you said early on.
So just looking down this left-hand side for the Jumbos between Summers and Greenberg, they have a lot of height on this side, and that's something you'll see across the lineup, as Tufts has the height matchup advantage for sure against this Engineers team.
They certainly do. It should be interesting to watch how that plays out in situations such as aerial duels and corner kicks. As MIT does their best to clear the ball here, and it goes back into the Tufts defense. And she'll decide to recycle possession, giving it back to the goalkeeper, Edwards. O'Neill doing her best to get the ball around out of dangerous harm. Summers trying to find a creative outlook here for her pass. And she decides to pass it across the middle here. little bit of a midfield battle here as both teams are fighting back and forth for possession. And MIT will decide to give it back to their center back. And Chen passes the ball up to her midfielder. English.
Just miscue there from Summers.
A little bit of a miscue. Missed opportunity for sure. And a good throw in there by Eberts as she's trying to control the ball, but a nice win away by Summers. As Summers is going into the net and she passes across the middle. Ayers trying to be creative here, trying to find an opportunity. She's able to dribble past a couple defenders, stays on her feet, and crosses into the middle and very narrowly got that on target there. I have to say, the Jumbos have gotten a couple nice chances so far in this game, Mike, I'd say.
Yeah, Aries there, just great use of her body, just low center of gravity. Even when she went down, she was up so quickly, managed to lay it off for Duncan, and that shot was not too far off.
Absolutely, some really nice power in the shot there by Aries and some good offensive possession here in the early minutes of the game. She'll pass it back to Gigi Edwards, the freshman goalie, making her first start here for the Tufts Jumbos. She'll pass the ball up into midfield here, trying to start another dangerous possession for the Jumbos. And it's not an issue for the MIT defense as they let the ball roll out of play.
Also on that right side with the ball there in the pass, Maggie Rogers, this is her first start this season. She and Edwards are the first two to break the original starting 11 to start their first game of the season.
Yeah, replacing Jordan Kushner in this game, who previously had started all four of the Tufts Jumbos games. It'll be interesting to see how she performs tonight in defense. And a good pass back to the Tufts midfield. And good job keeping it in play, she does there. Going down the wing, trying to find a cross. And it's not a problem for the MIT defense. They're able to control it. There's a good job by O'Reilly there, finding Summers out in the wing. Summers doing her best to cross the ball here, and she dribbles through a couple defenders, makes a good move, and tries, but fails to get a shot on net as MIT wins the ball back.
A lot being asked of Summers today. You saw in the previous passages of play when the ball was all the way on the far side of the field, Summers is basically inverting, playing as basically center forward, and then she just pulled out to that left side and drove all the way back in again. She's covering basically the entire left side of the pitch.
Absolutely. She's been doing such a fantastic job in this game so far, knowing when to go forward, but also when to drop deep and try to help set up the play going forward. And a throw in here by O'Neill. Over to Aries, and she passes the ball up to Summers, but Summers slips and is not able to get a good foot on the ball. MIT wins the ball back. Spinetta. Pass over to Elliott. And MIT trying to get the ball back up again, but quickly won back by Tufts. And she's moving the ball up there. Chen. Not Chen, Kelly, my bad. And a almost great opportunity there, but wasn't able to amount to anything as MIT will look to reset possession here.
A smart play by Everts, but Summers almost nicked in, but the keeper Everett was aware to it and on the same wavelength there to avoid a mistake.
Absolutely, very talented decision there. Summers is doing her best to win the ball back from the MIT defender, fighting very hard along the sidelines, but is not able to as MIT tries to get the ball up to Spinetta in attack. And the ball is passed back to Summers again on the wing. She passes back. She'll pass back to her center back, who decides to pass the ball back to Gigi Edwards. They'll reset play again here.
It's been a couple times so far that Seguru's been isolated and has had to play that risky ball back to the keeper. And Gigi Edwards, again, first start today, putting her under a bit of pressure.
Absolutely, yeah. I'll be interested to see how exactly she responds today. Out of what has been a Tufts defense that has had their issues in terms of letting in goals, letting in 10 goals the last 4 games, I believe, which is definitely going to be an issue and something they need to fix as they go along during the year. She moves slowly up the field.
Caught the player before the ball there, just conceding the foul, I think.
A little bit of an unfortunate play here. It looks like Shen, the MIT player, going to take the, no, Summers is going to take the freak chance here.
Thought it was going the other way, but
me too.
Mistaken.
She'll pass the ball. Back over to Summers on the wing. She'll look to pass the ball back. A little bit of an inadvertent pass there as the ball goes out of bounds. She was looking for Summers, but wasn't able to get quite on the same page.
Just trying to work passing triangles, but the MIT players right on the back of their marks on the jumbo side of the field and not allowing them to progress forward down the field.
Absolutely. As Spinetta there tries to control the throw in, but is unable to. And a good win there by Tufts, getting the ball away from MIT, and a good pass out there to Summers, as she's done so often tonight, working her way along the wing. A good move into the inside, and a good shot on goal, but just not able to get the Tufts forward where she wanted to. But once again, Micah, some really good offensive possession here for the Jumbos.
Yeah, again, Aries, just that live wire in attack, but that will start with that great read in defense from Pats just to win that ball ahead of the MIT player and counter down the field very quickly. Aries couldn't quite get it to come off, but great work.
Absolutely, and as we approach 10 minutes in this game, I think both teams have had some chances, but I think overall you'd have to say that Tufts has had the greater the chances for the teams. As she goes on down the sideline, down the center of the field. Makes a good move there. Tufts is able to play better defense and win the ball back.
Midfield was absent there from Tufts, and I think it was, that was Ron, who had the free run of the right sideline.
Shen makes a good pass down the sideline. Over to Spinetta, the forward. She passes back to Shen, and Shen decides to pass back up again. And an interesting pass back, which is quickly brought up the field, but won back by Tufts. And another offensive change in possession here. And Shen's been very active on the ball so far in the game. Good play by Kelly there. Up to Ayers.
Rogers has just been struggling a bit on that right-hand side to keep the ball in play. That's the second one this game that she sent out of the sideline.
Yeah, and you have to wonder if maybe it's a little bit of nerves combined with a little bit of inexperience so far in this year. I expect her to grow as the game goes on, but definitely something to watch out for if MIT is able to exploit that at all.
Play has been mostly concentrated on this near side of the field, so she hasn't had as much chance to settle those nerves so far.
Yeah, it's been a very, on the tough side, good job by Summers getting the ball up on her side of the field. As we go in for a tough throw in here. Working the wing, trying to find a way to get it to a Jumbos player. She does a good job passing to Aries across the center of the field. Or not Aries, passing to O'Reilly.
It's a good win there by Rogers, just to step in front of the lane and make sure the ball doesn't get to its intended target.
Definitely a very good win. So Aries is right there in the center of the field, trying to get the ball back. I think she's trying to make the pass out to the MIT player.
Good challenge there from O'Neill.
And Ebert's here with the MIT throw-in. She does get the ball in, but it's quickly won back by Summers, who then passes the ball back to Pats. Up to Kelly. Looks like Gigi Edwards is going to take the ball here herself and clear it up into the midfield. And MIT in the center of the field with English making a very incisive pass.
English is going to be the game changer midfield, as we said. Just also physical presence. They're the tallest player on the Engineers team. And again, managing to hold off her defender and make something happen.
Yeah, it should be interesting to watch as we see English, as you said, come over here to take a what looks like could be a dangerous potential set-piece opportunity here for the Engineers. Still early in the first half. Good opportunity here to potentially get on the board or get a nice shot on goal opportunity. So English lines up for the kick. And fired way too off in the distance. She had the power on the kick, but just not quite the accuracy needed to get into a dangerous position.
Yeah, not sure what the plan was there. It seemed like she was trying to get curl on it, but sliced all the way underneath that, and it
curl
just flew.
Combined with a little bit of too much power, but those things do happen when you're during the duration of a season. As the ball quickly goes back to Shannon defense. She'll make a very good pass up the wing, but wasn't able to be corralled by MIT. The throw-in will go here to Summers on the wing. With the ball quickly won back over by Eberts, and then quickly gone back to Tufts' way, over to Kelly. Shen will win the ball back here. And a good pass up to English. Pass over to the wing. English trying to find creative ways to get offensive chances so far in this game for MIT, but just no real shots on goal opportunities here that I think, Micah, you could regard as incredibly dangerous for the Jumbos defense.
Yeah, nothing really of note apart from that free kick that was sent high and wide, but still just vague specter of danger as Tufts still can't get anything on the board yet. They might.
As Kelly makes an interesting cross into the middle, which is corralled by the MIT defense. And brought up the field. And Tufts is able to regain possession here.
As you said, the defense haven't had much to do, but to be frank, the offense hasn't managed to fashion many clear opportunities. They've had a couple half chances, but no real chances where you think they should be scoring this. It's been a bit of a scrappy game so far.
Yeah, definitely a very scrappy game so far. Not a lot of clear-cut opportunities. The Jumbos had that one chance earlier on in the first half as we approach 15 minutes into the first half. So both teams are trying to get into the pace of play, see how the game flow goes for them. As Chen makes a kick up the wing, up the MIT wing, which is quickly won over by O'Neill. And O'Neill's going to get the throw in here. She passes the ball over to Kelly, and Kelly has a dangerous pass across the center, which is quickly won in here by MIT, as they'll try to make a cross, which is going to result in the first corner kick of the game for the MIT, and belief for both sides as well. So once again, another set piece here for MIT in a dangerous position. And an interesting opportunity to see here how both teams prepare for a corner kick in the game.
Yeah, it's just a miscommunication there with Segru as she was retreating and passed the ball straight to Rowlett, and we know how dangerous she can be. She wants to get a shot away any chance she can and wins the corner this time.
And she'll kick the ball into the center, trying to find an MIT player, and she doesn't get quite the leg she wanted on it, not the quite part of the foot that would have resulted in a good shot on net, but it was still a good overall corner kick.
Yeah, good from Edwards, though, just keeping her cool, making sure that nothing silly happened, and organizing her defenders to make sure that they stay at 0-0.
Absolutely, a very good good job commanding the box like she did there. As the ball rolls out of play here for an MIT throw-in here. She'll pass the ball up to Chen, and Chen will Pass the ball up, but it's quickly won over by Tufts. Kelly pass the ball on the wing over to Summers. And a very nice pass. Some contested play here. It looks like MIT will be able to regain possession here. Pass the ball up to MIT onto the wings. What a great defensive play there by O'Neill. Shen trying to make a good pass up the wings over to Spinetta. Shen, you can see early in this game, has been taking a lot of these set piece opportunities, a lot of these foul kicks. You can definitely tell the MIT players and coaching staff trust her in these creative situations.
Yeah, definitely. That one there, just trying to be a bit clever with it and find Ron. But Tufts defenders are wise to it.
And Eberts will take the throw in here for MIT. Passes the ball up to Spinetta. Back to Eberts, who makes a very nice pirouette. Across the middle here. And over past the Tufts defender, but it looks like Edwards is going to have the ball covered. She eventually decides to pick the ball up and looks like she'll boot it back into play for the Jumbos.
Yeah, there's been a couple nervy moments from the Tufts center backs. Just a couple whiffed passes, a couple dangerous moments, and we've seen a couple set pieces result. And again, nothing on the board so far, but you can just sense that if MIT can capitalize on one of those opportunities, it could be very demotivating for the Jumbos.
Yeah, it definitely can. You can certainly see why exactly they've been a team that's conceded 10 goals across the previous 3 games. And MIT does a good job getting the header up into midfield. She does the best job she can here, but it goes out of play.
I would love to see Summers' heat map just from this game, because she has been up and down this left wing and going inside and out. It's just been incredible the pace she has to cover as much ground as she does.
It absolutely can. Definitely not quite what I had expected going into this game. I didn't expect her to drop deep as often as she has, but I'd say overall it's been effective. There's been a lot of chance creation on her wing. She makes the pass over to Duncan, and just a little bit too far out in front for Summers. As the idea was right, it just the pass didn't quite have the required power on it to make it into a dangerous opportunity.
Yeah, that was nice work there. You might have seen Aries and Duncan just switching places up top. Aries coming over to the left to receive that ball, causing all kinds of confusion in defense and allowing Summers to make that run. Unfortunately, pass couldn't connect, but nice work overall.
Yeah, some very good transitional play there, exchanging positions. Some good tactics by the Tufts coach. And tries to make the pass, but it looks like it's going to be too much, and free throw-in goes over to Summers. Who's going to make the pass. And O'Reilly doing her best to win the ball back. She commits the foul, and a great job there by Barnell getting a foul kick here. As Chen, as she's done so often this game, lines up to kick a ball further up midfield here.
They've been looking for that ball up to Ron on this near sideline a lot of this game. So both sides just concentrating so much of their play down this near sideline. Better for you viewing.
Yeah, most definitely. Easier for us. And Eberts will make the throw-in. And it'll go along to Spinetta. Passes it back to Eberts, who makes a very nice pass across the middle. Trying the setup play here for MIT as the ball is quickly won over by Tufts. And Summers up the wing. Fires a pass up over to Ayers. Ayers passing further down. And Summers trying to make a cross in, but MIT with their compact defensive shape does a very good job making sure no additional space is granted to any other Jumbos forwards here.
They just have complete command of their box, it seems. They will allow the Jumbos to progress as far down as their 18-yard box, but they will not let them progress any further inside it.
They certainly do. It's been top-notch positioning by them. Good discipline. He's trying to make a dangerous cross here. She tries to stick with the ball, but she's able to win it back here.
You saw there again, just English, great tackle within the penalty area.
Very dangerous, and a very dangerous pass here for Talia Greenberg. She'll pass the ball out to Aries. Aries will make the cross. And just a little bit too far out in front for anyone in the Jumbo's area to crash the box.
Yeah, put that in the perfect area, did Aries, but unfortunately no one making that run fast enough.
Yeah, sometimes it can really just be a matter of communication or miscommunication to get those goals when you really need them to happen. So MIT is able to get the ball here. I think she passes the ball up to the center of midfield. And not quite sure what she was thinking here as the ball goes completely out of play the opposite way. Gigi Edwards here will reset play. So Micah, with 20 minutes left in the half, what do you think the Jumbos or MIT need to do to be the first to get on the score sheet here?
I think for MIT, it's all about patience. They've been really just trying to push it out, especially down this right-hand side, trying to get into the final third, and they haven't been able to get anything out of it. For the Jumbos, it's just about capitalizing on the opportunities they're already creating as they're doing here.
And she makes a very good pass to Aries, and Aries will try to beat her player there, try to make a cross, and she does, and just doesn't. But once again, great positioning by MIT defensively, good tactics there, winning the ball. And I completely agree with you. I think Tufts just needs to stick with what they're doing. They've been getting a lot of good possession. They just haven't quite been able to be as disciplined in the final third when they need to be. And that has been a big issue for them so far in the game.
Yeah, and you just saw there again, it's almost like the Hydra as Aries gets through one player and two more come to back her up.
No, it's a great Greek analogy there from mythology.
Yeah, we're gonna have a corner here. We have some substitutes getting ready to come on, but this will happen after the corner.
It's a corner kick here. Go into the box. And a dangerous opportunity, but I think she wins the ball back. And MIT trying to reset possession.
That was Raul on the ball there, but we said her before the game, but she has not had her name called a lot this game. She has struggled to get involved up top.
Yeah, she definitely has. And not something we've seen a lot so far this season for her. She's been a very effective player for the team. As a pass is across the middle for Summers, who can work both the wing and the middle of the field in this game, apparently. As the ball gets further up the field here into the final third. Trying to make a cross into the center, and is adeptly cleared by the MIT defense. This play is Stalled on the other wing. Good pass across the center. Trying to make something happen here. She's doing her best. Caroline Kelly. Dangerous pass across to Ayers, and Ayers. We have some substitutions here for the Jumbles. Looks like Emily Nicholas, Anna Griffin, and Madeline Silvera for the Jumbles are coming into the game. And they will be replacing number 23, Summers, and Erin Duncan, and Ayers. So, some interesting substitutions early on, well, still early on in the game, later on in the first half, and I think from Tufts' perspective here, they really want to try to get some rotation into the game, don't they, Micah?
Yeah, all three of those are going to have repercussions in the final third for Tufts. None of those being defenders, I don't believe. So that's just trying to get some more fresh legs up there, get some more inventiveness, as those players are giving everything they can in this first half. Maybe just give them a breather.
Certainly.
After those two, we're going to have two more subs at the next break and play.
It does, yeah.
MIT is still unchanged from their starting lineup.
Yeah, so far MIT has decided that they want to stay with the current 11 they have. Tufts will try to win the ball back from MIT here. And a great play here by Anna Griffin, trying to get the ball up the field, and does a good job getting past an MIT defender, working her way across the middle. Very good pass out to the wing over to Caroline Kelly. There's some more substitutions here for the Jumbos with Reese Birch and Casey Lamb coming in, so some more rotation for the Jumbos in this half.
Yeah, coming in for Greenberg and Kelly, so midfield reinforcements, it would appear.
Yeah, Greenberg and Kelly been two very effective for the Jumbos so far in the year. And as the Jumbos coaching staff decides to try to switch some things up in the hopes of getting the first goal of the game for either side.
Now we're going to get some MIT subs, although, well, after this Tufts corner.
The first MIT subs of the game. As the Jumbos get ready for the corner kick here, their first of the game. She fires into the box and trying to get a chance on net, but wonderfully cleared away by the MIT defense. Good job by Tufts recycling the play. Good pass out into the wing. But once again, as we said so often in this first half, MIT does a great job. And as MIT is going to get three players in here, Victoria Ganelis, Ariana Das, and Allison Vranka. And they'll be taking out Catherine Ruan and Nikki Elliott in the game. So both squads undergoing some significant rotation here. As Tufts decides to recycle the play back to Olivia Padsing. She'll bring the ball back out to the goalkeeper, Gigi Edwards. Back out to Pats here. I think she'll fire the ball up the field to Anna Griffin. Recently entered the game. She'll let the ball go out of play for another goal kick here.
Smart play there by O'Neill, just to shepherd the ball out of play and make sure that nothing more can come of it. Tufts have had their, I think, second sustained spell of pressure after the first 5 minutes. Still haven't been able to make it count.
Yeah, they certainly have. Be interested to see if the new substitutes can provide some additional energy onto the field of what has been certainly a interesting first half, but not a very energetic first half in terms of getting real opportunities in the final third, as MIT adeptly clears the ball from danger.
Yeah, I think it comes down to, I think the phrase would be negative tactics, and that's not a slight by any means on MIT. Negative tactics just meaning trying to negate what the other team is doing, and MIT are doing that perfectly so far.
Yeah, they certainly have. And I think MIT just has known what's worked for them so far this year. And more importantly, they've known what has not worked for the Tufts Jumbos so far this year. And they've done a very good job at making sure those two things can align. As Chen gets ready for the kick, she fires down the wing, trying to find her player. But it definitely won here for a throw-in. Deep in Jumbo's territory along the wing here. And a great header for clearance here for another MIT throw-in. As we can feel the wind starting to pick up here a little bit.
Yeah, we were hoping before the game that it might have started to die down, but not the case. It's blowing basically from the left of your screen to the right.
Yeah, not sure how much of a factor that'll be in this game, but it'll definitely something to watch, I think, for the audience at home.
Most of the play has been on the ground so far, with the exception of that a couple free kicks and corners, but other than that, has not had massive impact on proceedings.
Yeah, it's a very good point, Mike. And not a lot of aerial duels so far in this game. A lot of, good tackling by the MIT defense and the Tufts defense. As for MIT, Ganellis will be able to make the throw in here. She'll pass across the middle, trying to pivot here, but Tufts is able to win it back with minimal effort here.
It's good work by O'Reilly there just to square off against English, who is, as we said, beating hard of that Engineers midfield and come out victorious.
Absolutely, and something you've mentioned, Mike, early in the game. She's been very effective so far in this game. Really, if you look at all of MIT's offensive chances so far in this game, they've really started with a lot of good plays from Ashley English getting the ball upfield, which I think has been very, very impressive on her end. As we have some more substitutions for both teams about to come in. As the ball will go, looks like it's going to be two upfield for the Jumbos forward, but a good idea nonetheless. Trying to make something happen is Spinetta. MIT once again doing a great job here, playing tight defense, not allowing the Jumbos offense a lot of space. And a very close chance there, but just wonderfully cleared away once again by the MIT defense.
Just want to highlight quickly in that play.
And several substitutions coming in here. We have Remington Sandell, Madeline Poplik, Ayla Summer, and Jojo Miller, with Spinetta coming off. And for the Jumbos, you have Jordan Kushner coming on. Jordan Kushner, who had started the previous 4 games for the Jumbos, but did not start today.
Yeah, also offered the Engineers Barnow, Davis, and English.
Yeah, very interesting decision here by the MIT coach to take English out, who has been really effective at setting up the plays here in the center of the midfield for the MIT Engineers.
It's going to be O'Neill out for the Jumbos.
Caroline O'Neill comes out, and looks like Kushner will take the corner, but she doesn't send it into the box. She decides to send it back right into her midfield, and it's fired into the box, and very good play by Everett, the goalkeeper. As she tries to reset up play here, Shen, a nice pass across the middle here to Ariana Doss, who recently entered the game for the Engineers.
I think it was Rogers there, just nudged Doss off the ball. Good work, as she was going with full out of steam, and very intelligent play there.
Definitely very intelligent play. You can see how good she is at her vision and making sure that she's able to be in the right position at the right time. And passes over to Ayla Sumer, newly entered player for the MIT Engineers. Trying to clear the ball out here. But MIT working the wing, trying to get past her defender.
It's good work by Silvera on that far side. She is listed as a captain, but she has not started a game this year, even though she has more minutes than a starter this year, actually.
Yeah, I think that what that really shows you, though, Micah, is the incredible ability of all these, college teams in Division III especially to rotate pretty frequently. They do a very good job with squad rotation, and having a deep squad is essential in order to have a really good season, as I think both of these teams are evidence of.
Definitely.
She tries to pass the ball here, and looks like she was hit down, but the ref says play on. And it looks like the ball does not go out of play, as Chen makes a very good pass across the field to her center back.
Tufts just getting a bit more direct in their play here.
And a really interesting turnover here as she makes the shot on goal. And what a fantastic shot there by Anna Griffin. Just a couple inches down, that would have been certainly one of the goals of the season there for the Jumbos there. Just a really very accurate shot, getting the ball there almost on target. Just unlucky, a little bit too much power. And
yeah, the difficulty to twist her body to get that. She was basically facing towards the opposite sideline when she took that shot and swiveled her body completely in order to get that back on target. Just couldn't get enough over it to get that to stay down. But great technique, almost perfect.
Absolutely, and we've seen a couple of those shots in the game by Tufts so far. They've had dangerous chances, but they haven't had the types of dangerous chances that I would say are the result of a lot of offensive possession. They've more been, I hate to say fluky chances, but chances that result more from plays of individual brilliance rather than actual deep possession buildup, which I think is something to watch for as we enter into the end of the first half and the second half.
Yeah, and as I was about to say it before that goal, or not goal, shot, Tufts has just gone a lot more direct since these substitutions. They are not worrying about deep possession as much, just trying to get it up the field and force some shots on goal, which they haven't been able to generate.
Absolutely, and that strategy can have a lot of merits, certainly.
Also just might represent a bit of frustration.
Yeah, and a lot of the energy from the new substitutes, I'd imagine, as well. As MIT passes the ball up the field and quickly won back by Tufts, and they'll recycle play again here. And a deep pass down the wing there. Just fighting for every inch are the Tufts forwards and attacking midfielders in the game so far. And another clearance back up to the Tufts center backs. Casey Lamb or Olivia Patz. And they'll get the ball back up to Gigi Edwards. And it'll go out of play for a Tufts throw in here.
Out of the complex, too.
It's the newly entered Jordan Kushner will take the throw in here. She'll throw the ball in. Over to Anna Griffin, who wasn't able to make anything out of the throw-in.
And Kushner was asking for that one back, but Anna Griffin trying to go for something fancy. Couldn't quite get it to come off.
You can hear it very clearly on the sidelines here. Tufts does a good job winning the ball back here. Passing the ball over to Kushner. She'll try to be creative here, try to find a way going forward as Ayla Sumer fouls Kushner here. And the Jumbos will get a dangerous play here. Kick here in the MIT side of the field here. Good opportunity to get a good offensive possession. It looks like Olivia Patz here will take the kick here for the Jumbos. She'll fire the ball into the box. And a really good opportunity here, and trying to get a leg on it, but just wonderful tight coverage here by the MIT defense, not allowing Jumbos any space, but just once again, they're able to clear the ball completely. Good job making sure that the Jumbos forwards aren't able to get a foot on the ball as that goes out of play there for MIT throw-in. I think, Micah, you have to say, I mean, 3 minutes left in the first half. They did a really good job as Ariana Doss goes down the sideline here, makes the pass across the middle, goes back, good 1-2 play here, trying to find an additional player, trying to find a cross. She'll fire the ball into the center, but great job trying to get the ball upfield here.
That was something from Doss, just spun her defender so easily. That was impressive to watch, and trying to combine with Rowlett. Again, Rowlett has seemed a bit off the pace today.
Yeah, Rowlett has just made a mistake there in terms of her positioning, I'd say. As MIT gets in a good ball here, but nicely defended by the Tufts defense. MIT trying to get their players in position here. Passes it out to the wing here. But good blocking here by the Tufts defense. Anna Griffin here on the ball. Deflected off Ariana Doss, and it'll be a Tufts throw in here. And we're approaching a minute and a half left in the first half here. Still 0-0 in the game. Very competitive first half by both teams overall, I'd say.
This is what we see oftentimes, is one team dominating for most of the half, and then the team that's been dominated just sneaking in at the end of the half. MIT trying to press up high and keep the ball in the Tufts defensive end, try and steal something at the end of this half.
Yeah, certainly has. Trying to get some good counterattack opportunities here. They are. As Edwards here is going to try to set the Jumbos up with what looked like a very dangerous ball, and it was, and it goes back to MIT. But nicely won back by Tufts. Oh, one back again. And Simmer will try to make the cross, and she does. And a great opportunity here for Ariana Doss, but it looks like the play here is going to be called offsides. And it looked almost too good to be true there, Micah.
Yeah, but that's the incisiveness that Tufts have been lacking at the other end of the field, just finding that space on the right wing, getting the cross, and crucially getting that cross to find a player. Unfortunately called offsides for the Engineers.
What a very questionable pass here to end the half, as MIT will look for one last possession here before we see how much and with 20 seconds left in the half, Ariana Doss here trying to win the ball here.
With no injury time at this level, so
No.
the clock not in MIT's favor here. Is
My director helpfully reminded me.
Yeah.
Our director.
This time runs out.
Well, that's it for the first half. 0-0, very tightly competitive match. We'll see you for the start of the second half in a few.
magical.
All right, welcome back to this varsity girls soccer game between the Tufts Jumbos and the MIT Engineers. As the teams are starting to get back onto the field, it was, I think, a word that half for the Jumbos can be summed up as frustrating.
Absolutely. I mean, I think in the first half, the Jumbos had a lot of offensive possession. They just weren't quite able to convert it into the chances that they wanted to, which is a big issue that they've had early on in the season. I think something to watch for in the second half, how exactly they address that.
Yeah, meanwhile, MIT came into the game with 4 consecutive clean sheets, and they have been showing their prowess in that regard, just thwarting every attempt the Jumbos have at trying to get a shot on the MIT goal. I'm not even sure. I'd have to double-check the stats, but there have been very few shots, if any, against the Engineers' goal, and that's how effective MIT have been, just locking attacks down before they can generate even a chance, a whiff of a goal.
Yeah, it's certainly been a big issue for them, and I'll be interested to see exactly how they approach that in the second half.
Jumbos are prepared as the Engineers are ready to kick off. Jumbo's going from left to right on your screen. And we are away. English. And now the ball finds its way up towards the attacker. Tufts trying to win the loose ball in midfield, and it's sent forward. Again, no clear possession strategy we saw at the end of that second half, or at the end of that first half, is the play just became more and more direct, less and less possession focused. English trying to control the game here as Aries trying to intercept, sent forward by Chen. And is intercepted there by Pats. Loose ball in midfield, and Rogers again can't control possession. And Segru sends it forward. Again, basically all the passes so far have been either straight backwards or straight forwards. No control.
Yeah, definitely an issue so far in this game, and I'll be interested to see exactly how MIT is able to address that.
Again, just they seem to be focusing play mostly down MIT's right, Tufts left, which will now be on the far side of the field. And a late challenge there. That was from O'Neill.
Yeah, I think something to watch for in this first half is, does Tufts, with the game being 0-0, really needing a victory, do they try to go full-on offensive pressure, or do they decide to let the game kind of go the way it did in the first half and to be a little bit more careful in terms of how they get their chances?
Yeah, they have a chance here as Aries is trying to release an early one to Duncan. Duncan will have to chase this one down to the corner 20 on 20, but neither one will get there, and it will be a throw-in. It's interesting you say that. This was a victory for Tufts in last year. It was a 2-0 victory, although in recent years it has been a very tight affair. Tufts are 2-1-1 over the past 4 encounters between these two teams, including a 2-0 win, a 3-0 loss, and I think a 0-0 draw. As that is O'Neill pressing very high from her center back position or fullback position. Can't make anything happen though. Duncan now trying to swerve one in. What a shot!
What a
just swings at it, and unbelievable. Not even in the corner, but enough height on it and enough swerve on it. The wind may have affected it as well to deceive the Engineers keeper and break the deadlock early in the second half.
And what a fantastic goal by Duncan. Really beautiful shot into the far corner there. Great job getting the power right, and really a good outside shot outside the box by her. Definitely something we saw Tufts have a couple chances with that in the first half, but they weren't quite able to get the accuracy and the power right, but they were able to do it there.
Yeah, just swung at it with the side foot. Didn't even have that much power on it, just had the loft. And again, we said it in the first half, not much play on the ground, or not much play off the ground, and now as soon as there is, wind just deceiving, and the keeper looked a bit lost in no man's land. 1-0 to the Jumbos. MIT trying to respond immediately. Rowlett on the ball. Lays it back, trying to switch the field. Intercepted by Summers. Summers trying to switch it out to the left. And again, another pass forward. Aries can't get there in time. Chen clears it towards Segru. Segru, again, wind messing with things. Sent back to Edwards. Edwards clears it forward. Aries, that would have been a big ask of her to win that aerial battle, but still trying to chase down the loose ball. And that one sent out, again, out of the compound, over the fence behind us.
Yeah, and the goal conceded by MIT, definitely a really big deal because they haven't given up a goal in the previous 4 games. They've been a really tight defense. Good job with the Tufts offense to be able to get a goal past them.
Yeah, for sure. So this one's sent out for O'Neill. He's been very advanced so far in the second half. Again, trying to get the early shot. Bounced, I think, again deceived the Engineers keeper and forced a corner, but I think she was just wrong-footed there almost. Good job to get that last-second fingertip up and tip it behind. But Tufts really leaning into the long-range shots and hoping that their luck will finally turn from that. They've given up on trying to intricately work it into the box, and they'll have another chance here from this set piece, which, again, O'Neill will line up to take it.
Yeah, I mean, Tufts, 6 shots in total, 1 shot on goal in the game.
So O'Neill gets it back, puts in the right foot across this time. Good technique on it, but cleared by the first player. And finally cleared away for good. Will find his way all the way back and sent forward once more by Kushner. Aries manages to get on the end of it, trying to cut it inside. And now Kelly on it. Duncan sending in the early cross. This is the verve that we missed in that first half from Tufts. They just seem so much more energetic after that goal.
Yeah, they definitely do. I mean, it shows you the power of scoring a goal in soccer, how that can totally change a team's energy, really increase their enthusiasm in the game.
Yeah, we talked about momentum in terms of a season, but this is momentum in terms of a game and how much that can change things, and now they're just pushing for that second goal. Have a throw in here on the near side. Rogers takes it. Trapped in the box. Duncan, loose touch and cleared away. Segru stepping up, good win again with a long-range shot, but that one should be an easy claim for Everett.
Yeah, they're really making Everett work so far in this early second half. I mean, you know, it's just, there really weren't any shots on goal for Tufts in the first half, so a great job by them really trying to increase the pressure in the second half as they definitely need a win here.
Yeah, I think the one message must have been shoot. Shoot as much as you can from outside the box. It doesn't matter. Just challenge the keeper because they did not do that, and now they are just finding themselves so many more opportunities. And that one, free kick won by Duncan. Good footwork by her and just challenged by 2 defenders. Took her out before the ball. And this is a good opportunity about 25 yards out. It'll be O'Neill and Aries standing over it. The height difference between those 2 players is quite stark, but that doesn't have any effect on their set piece ability. We'll see which one can take this one.
Yeah, definitely staggering height difference, and another set-piece opportunity here for the Jumbos early on in the second half.
Yeah, both lining this up, looks like left-footed. As O'Neill goes up first, dummies it. Aries tries to hit it with the worm burner, cleared away by the wall. Rogers stumbles and then sends in the cross, looking for Greenberg. Again, we said that physical presence would be dangerous in the box with the height advantage. And header just off target, but that was great work by Rogers to pick out Greenberg in the middle.
Yeah, really incisive pass by there, and, you know, the idea was right, just the header wasn't quite on target.
Trying to play out from the back here are the Engineers. Chen gives up on that idea, tries to go long, and one back by the Jumbos. Momentum all in their favor at this moment in time. Aries lays it off. Summers. First time we've heard her name in the half. She was involved in so much that was good about Tufts in the first half, but they haven't needed her so far. Chen with it again. Again intercepted. Summers trying to win it back on that far side. Kelly now looking to trap, but it's taken away from her. MIT tried to break away. It's Barnow, and looking on that far side for English. English lays it off. And back to this near side. Pulled that pass a bit further back than I think her teammate was expecting. Duncan can't win that here. Now Howarth trying to get through 2 players, does so well. Has space in front of her and still running. Tries to lay it off for Rowlett. Rowlett cannot beat Rogers for pace on that one. Ambitious though. This one trying to look for Aries, but Aries miscalculated that one, and it'll roll all the way back to Everett.
Yeah, Tufts just doing a great job totally snuffing out any MIT attack in the second half. Definitely increasing up the pressure from the first half, which was definitely very lackluster overall in terms of both teams' effort.
Yeah, it's strange parallels between this game and the men's game against MIT, in which they were down 1-0 at the half. In a game they won 5-0 last year, but they conceded a scrappy goal early on, came out in the second half and scored 4. And just the stark difference between the first and second half performances from Tufts in that game. Something about MIT seems to bring it out in the second half.
Yeah, it should be interesting to watch.
Aries lays it off and back all the way to the defense. Here's Segru up to Duncan. Here's Kelly. Kelly trying to thread the needle, looking for Duncan again. Duncan in a physical battle again with Howarth. That 20v20 battle is going to be an interesting one as this half progresses. Good step by Segru. Trying to get past the second player. Can she keep this one in? No, she cannot. And it will go the way of the Engineers.
Yeah, once again, another really good effort there by the Jumbos, trying to make the incisive passes, doing their best to get the ball in the box, and trying to get other header opportunities on corner kicks and other opportunities.
Yeah, they've given so much license to their defenders to just step up. We've seen it from Segru and O'Neill now a couple times in this half, just driving forward and trying to drag the MIT players out of position. That one thrown in. MIT should have a chance to clear here. To get it out wide to Eberts. Eberts battling for it with Summers. Summers, can she come away with it? She can. Looking inside. Nice idea, but Kushner was not entirely on the same wavelength. Still haven't gotten it clear, though, as Aries is putting the under pressure. Here's Eberts again. Tries to get past Summers and draws the foul there. Got it through her, and Summers just would not let her past.
Yes, Summers doing a great job in the game so far, but just wasn't able to prevent the foul there. As MIT tries desperately in the second half to try to get some offensive possession. It's really been all Jumbos in the second half.
Yeah, they've just been locked out completely and utterly. Here's another win back. O'Neill. Again, more space in front of her. Will she take the early shot? Goes for it. Couldn't quite see. Might have been a handball, but my angle is not great as that one will be cleared out. Can they keep it in? Good work here on the near side by Barnow. Oh, sorry, that's Rowlett. Rowlett running at Segru. Segru forces her outside, but Rowlett's trying to get past her. Good interception there by Segru, but MIT doing well to progress it down the field.
Yeah, something interesting to watch in the second half is how exactly is Tufts going to work their defense. They've had a lot of difficult goal chances given up. Be interesting to see how that works out here.
Yeah, Rowlett. Again, we said at the beginning of the game how many shots she's taken, averaging 5 per game almost. She has had but 1 or 2, I think, in this match. Tufts has basically shut her down. She's trying to get more involved here, though. She lays it off for Howarth. Howarth trying to get past Duncan, can't quite do it, and Aries will pick up the pieces. Here's Kelly. Just maintains possession, smart play. Pat sending it forward to Aries. Kelly, can she get there? She can, but sells that one a bit short for Rogers. Rogers stays with it and wins the throw-in off of Rowlett. Rogers with the throw-in. Duncan tries to flick it past her man, but can't do so. And English on it in midfield. Again, just trying to slow things down and maintain some possession.
Yeah, it's just really felt like a different second half here as MIT has really been put on the defensive, which is not a feeling they've been very familiar with.
Yeah, just constant barrage of attacks as Rogers goes down. Rowlett still running.
Quite a run here.
Rowlett cuts inside onto her right foot. Can she get the shot away? Can't get anything clean. And Segru is there either way. Still, MIT trying to sneak their way back into this. Similar to what we saw in the first half. Jumbos had the advantage in the opening proceedings, but MIT just drew it back basically to level pegging in terms of possession during that period after the initial attack.
Yeah, they're a team that knows how to stick around. They've been down before. They've come back. Definitely a team that does not go away whatsoever.
Yeah, just MIT, again, undefeated on the year. They will not want this to be their first defeat.
No, they won't, although Bellafield is definitely never usually a hospitable place for opponents.
For sure. Here's Kelly, lays it out wide to Duncan. Duncan, back to Kelly. Good turn. Can she get the shot away? Great work, but good save. And the follow-up is in from Summers. Sorry, that's Greenberg.
And what a fantastic sequence of plays there. First the shot, wonderful save by Everett, and then just doing a fantastic job following up on the shot and getting the goal. Absolutely fantastic sequence there of events in the final third.
That's the creativity they were lacking in that half. Just that turn from Kelly to spin her defender made it look so easy. That is so difficult to do, though. The shot, Everett, you're right, good save, but pushed it straight out wide, and Greenberg was lurking, ready to pounce. And that makes it a 2-0 lead for the Jumbos. MIT are struggling now.
Yeah, and almost 15 minutes into the second half here, this game is completely changed. I don't think this is what any of us expected, Micah, in terms of tight-knit game we had in the first half.
No, and again, this was a MIT defense that had conceded 2 goals in 6 games coming into it. They've now conceded 2 goals in 15 minutes. Kelly trying to make it a bigger punishment. Lining one up again, not far wide of the post.
And it's
again,
target practice out here in Bellafield right now with the Jumbos. They are just letting it rip with all their shots. And, you know, so far some of them have been going in. And they were doing a lot of that in the first half. They just weren't going in. Now they've actually been going in, which has definitely been a huge factor for the turning point in this game. Yeah,
confidence just flowing through their game, through their veins as the game turns in their favor. MIT will be looking to rally, but 2 sucker punches there. And again, another win in the offensive third for Tufts. Sent forward looking for Duncan this time, but sliced clear by Howarth. But it is only as far as a corner for the Jumbos.
It's just an absolute offensive barrage here for the Jumbos as they continue to pile on with the chances.
Yeah, you could see this. If they had played this way in the first half, this could easily be 3 or 4-0 at halftime, but only now just finding this gear.
I think if you're the MIT, defense right now, you have to think about it as a situation where we've been doing a very good job so far early in the season. We just need to get back to our fundamentals, get back to what we were doing.
For sure. This one sent in by Kelly over everyone, even O'Neill, which is saying something. O'Neill plays it back to Rogers. That one sent in by Segru. Can't find anyone on the end of that one. And smiles on the faces of the Tufts players. That's not something we've seen a lot of this afternoon, but that's so important on this field.
Oh, it certainly is, yeah. I mean, they're looking like they're having a lot of fun out there. The energy has increased tenfold. Just a much different feel and product on the field from the first half.
Yeah, and it is a lovely day out for soccer, as we may not have mentioned, but about 70 degrees. As we have mentioned, there has been some wind, again, blowing still from the left side of your screen to the right.
Although it has not been as much of a factor in the game as maybe we expected in the beginning.
Now MIT trying to progress down the right wing. Sends it in towards midfielder, blocked away. Tufts tries to counter. Here's Greenberg looking for Duncan. Sells to short. Howarth tries to come away with it. Here's Barnow. Spinning, turning, looking, and can only find Duncan, who will wisely let that one play out and slow it down with the throw-in. Rogers looking for Duncan. Howarth gets the header and tries to flick it over her as she did once before in that first half. Can she keep it in? Not quite. Good effort by Rowlett, but not close enough. Here's Aries. Aries finds Summers. Summers all the way on this near side now. Aries squaring up her defender. Going with a left-footed shot, bounding, but into the breadbasket for Everett. Again, MIT still trying to play out from the back, or at least trying to get it to Chen. Chen usually, it's up to her whether she wants to play it along as she does here. And looking for Rowlett. Rowlett was too far on this near side, though, and offered no threat.
Yeah, MIT just having trouble finding different ways to get possession here.
English on the ball now, has space to work with. Trying to come to this near side, but that one will roll all the way through to Edwards. Spinetta and Rowlett have been trying to get more into this game, but they just haven't been able to get anywhere past these fullbacks and center backs for Tufts. Edwards, good punt, all the way to the other end of center field. Still trying to battle for it as it's sent back to Davis in the Engineers' defense across to Chen. Again, just recycling it down to that right side. Sent again long down the line.
Once again,
Is that one pushed there? Sorry.
This Tufts defense just continually in the second half does a great job at not allowing any MIT chances. Not something they've been having a lot of success with so far this season, but they've done a great job tonight in doing that.
Yes, Spinetta with the push there. That allowing the Jumbos to relieve the pressure. But definitely looking much more assured defensively in this second half than they have, not just in the first half, but in the last 2 games. As you said, they've conceded 10, in their last 3 games before this, but looking much more assured with their steps and just confident stepping forward out of the defense and knowing when to do so, when to leave it. Duncan on the ball now. Rogers calling for her on the near side. Duncan tries to find her, but it's intercepted by Rowlett. Kelly gets the ball back, trying to drive down this near sideline. Cuts inside. Great skill, looking for the cross, but again, behind everyone. Summers recovers possession. Trying to bring it inside now, looks for the right-footed shot, and again, just encouraged to shoot at every opportunity.
Yeah, they're just firing away, even though it's 2-0, even though they're, they've been able to take a better position in this game. They have not been relenting in terms of trying to find opportunities to get the third.
Yeah, we're going to get some substitutions here as Sandell, Vronka, and Miller come in for MIT. Out are Barnow, Elliott, and Howarth. MIT still can't get consistently down that right side past midfield, and Tufts win it again. Cleared forward, looking for Aries. Aries can't get there in time. Greenberg on the rebound, and it's laid out well for O'Neal. O'Neal has time. Laid back off to Kelly. Kelly cutting it inside, looking for Duncan. Great interplay here, but just not the right touch there from Kelly. Great 1-2, though, just to try and fashion that space, and it was there. Segru again with a good step, and they will call a handball, I believe, on that one.
Yeah, a little bit of an unlucky call. Didn't look like it was intentional at all, but...
Yeah, just Seguru's clearance coming off of Spinetta's arm. And I agree, might be a bit of a harsh call, but the Jumbos won't care one bit as Pats lines this one up from long range. Rogers open down this near sideline, but Pats will go long. Looking for Aries. Aries almost gets there. Aries and Summers both had the runs on their defender there. Neither of them could connect with that long ball, though. We'll get some subs here as well. So we get, Nicholas, Lou, and Adler, thank you to my director, Justin. And off coming Duncan, Summers, and Aries.
Yeah, Tufts continually trying to rotate in this second half, trying to find different ways to, get even more offensive opportunities.
Again, MIT struggling to get it away. Finally coming down this far side is Miller with the ball here. Tries to play it into Rowlett, but too far in field, and again, Jumbos come away with it. Slips on the ball there, does Nicholas. And tries to play it inside, but no one is waiting. Kelly almost playing as a striker here. Meanwhile, at the other end, Ron lays it off for Barnow.
Good pass
Here's
in the
Rowlett.
midfield here.
Rowlett has plenty of space in front of her. Again, good ball. Looking for English. English, can she get the space? Back to Rowlett. Rowlett trying to get some kind of space.
Look
They
at the
had
vision on that pass.
opportunities.
Just great job seeing the open player there and trying to put her in a great opportunity to get a goal.
Yeah, here's the counter-attacking opportunity as they go the other way. Cleared well by Miller, though, to defuse the situation. In the meantime, again, just the high press is on from Tufts. They're not letting them get out easily. So Rowlett dropping so deep just to get on the ball, try and create something. It hasn't quite worked so far, but she has not been able to get any touches far in the final third yet, or at least not many easy ones. Challenging on that far side is Adler. That one will be too much for her. Chen on it for the Engineers. Again, just going to send it long. And again, intercepted by the Jumbos.
Yeah, and with the 20 minutes left in the game here, MIT has just continually been situated so far back in their box.
Kelly. Again, looking for the give and go. Just wasn't there this time. Still, they can't get it out. Rogers. Pressure is still constant here. Into the corner, and it will be a goal kick from that situation. Some more subs here for both sides.
Yeah.
So we have Lamb and Birch coming on for the Jumbos.
Yeah, it looks like MIT's bringing on Ariana Doss, who had some great wing play in the first half. Did a great job trying to create chances for MIT. This is good news, I think, for MIT, who desperately needs a goal here to try to get back in the game, give themselves more energy and confidence that they can potentially get a result out of here.
Yeah, Kelly and Greenberg, the goal scorer, coming off for the Jumbos as well. But yeah, as you were saying, Doss looked like a live wire whenever she got a chance to get on the ball in that first half, and she had a great run down this near sideline. We'll see if she can replicate anything like that for the Engineers, as they desperately need some attacking spark. In the meantime, here's Lou trying to drive at defenders. Cutting inside. One player goes down, but nothing called either way. O'Neal now, basically playing at center midfield. Adler goes for a low shot, but not enough power or accuracy on that one.
Yeah, but I got to give credit to the Jumbos. They're not stopping to shoot the ball. They keep on trying to create chances. Even though there's 20 minutes left in the game, they're feeling more confident about their situation in the game. They're not trying to let up at all, and they haven't given MIT a breath of air so far in the game.
Yeah, I think one of the great cliches of soccer coaching, especially at high school level, but even above that, is 2-0 is the most dangerous scoreline, because if you concede one, then you're mentally fragile and you can concede a second very easily. And they are not letting that mental fragility creep in.
No, it's a great point, especially considering the unluckiness or just poor play that Tufts has had in previous games. Definitely important to keep in mind for them.
Edwards, again, another very long punt. Trying to lay it off. Here is Lamb on the ball. Can't get that one all the way to Lou, though. That one down this near sideline. Jojo Miller cannot get there. Rogers will slow things down with the throw-in. Looking for Lou, but finds his way to Lamb. Rogers trying to slow things down again. Goes all the way back to Edwards. I don't think they communicated well there, and Edwards forced to play that one out for a throw-in.
Yes, nervy play there in the back line here.
Now a chance to finally get something on the board here, maybe, if they can take advantage of it. Miller will line one up. Looking for Doss. Doss gets away, manages to lay off a Rowlett. Rowlett trying to chip it through, but can't get it past the defender. Rowlett still fighting for it, though. Good work down this left-hand side, trying to get to the byline, but sent out by Rogers for another throw-in.
Yeah, MIT's desperately trying to find stop as we go below 20 minutes here.
That one still not able to be cleared by the Jumbos. This time it is. Sent way up in the air. The touch there, though, from Nicholas was not ideal, and Miller will have another opportunity, but not for some more substitutions, as Ganales and Popolek come into the game for the Engineers, as Davis and English come out.
Yeah, once again, interesting to see English coming out. She's been so essential to really most of the chances that MIT has had tonight in terms of setting it up going into the final third. So it should be interesting to see exactly how MIT is able to create chances.
Yeah, they've been dropping Rowlett much deeper to just help get some extra help and build-up play. So they've shifted their focal point somewhat onto her. Good work to get into the middle here, but cleared away wisely by Pats. Chen can't get good contact here. Now Nicholas is 1v2.
Turnover.
Can she get away with it? She has someone going down the left-hand side. Can't quite get it, though. And finally cleared away. Nervy moment as Birch was streaking in down that left-hand side. Now it's Rogers. Now Nicholas looking for the left-footed shot. Good pop-up and save, though, by Everett.
And that was a great job by her, being able to get the shot off, off-balanced. Really fantastic shot.
Chen trying to emerge from defense once again. Again, the long ball forward. Doss this time retrieving. Can't get away from, I think, 3 or 4 Jumbo's defenders converging on her. Contact there, but nothing as Jumbo's trying to progress the ball through midfield, and that one sold a bit short for Lamb.
Yeah, MIT here really has to do something here to try to change the tempo. They got to get a high line up a little bit, I think. They just need to find any way to try to get chances because the Jumbos have not been relenting here.
Yeah, Adler just sprinting down that left sideline. That's a great foot race. Gets past her defender. Luckily for the MIT engineers, Chen is there to intercept, but that was something to watch. Is Doss trying to do the same thing the other way, trying to send Rowlett. Good looking ball. Can she get there in time?
Sides too.
Good interception though. That was a good ball to send Rowlett, but Doss has another opportunity here. Can she take the early shot? She does not. Looking for someone on the opposite side of the field, intercepted before it can get there. Here's Adler. Now Nicholas. Trying to play that one forward, but was in between Birch and Adler, so rolls all the way back to Everett. Trying to step out of defense once again. Has not been an easy exercise for MIT this afternoon, especially in the second half. Rowlett, as we said, just dropping into the midfield, trying to get the ball forward.
Better for MIT here. They're getting more chances. They're getting up the field more.
Trying to press it down the right sideline now. Can't get anything out of it but a throw-in. Sumer leaves that one though. I think Everts. Sumer on it again. Goes down, and she will draw the foul there. A bit too physical from, I believe that was Reese. Sorry, Reese Birch. Opportunity here as Chen stands over it. This is one of not many opportunities in this half for MIT to get something on target.
I think if MIT is going to get a result in this game, you're going to say this is where it happened. Really good set-piece opportunity here for MIT.
Yeah, you can hear the goalkeeping coach, Ollie Gunnarsson, trying to make sure that Gigi Edwards can marshal that back line. As Chen stands over it, arm is up, sends it in, low delivery, and Gigi Edwards is right behind it. Good positioning there. Not the best of deliveries.
Yeah, great set-piece defense there by the Jumbos. They didn't allow any space to MIT's forwards and midfielders.
Now it's Lamb. Trying to lay it back towards Kushner. Up towards Adler. Back to Lamb. Lamb sees the space, tries to exploit it. Can't quite get there, but manages to find it up towards Birch. Intercepted here in the midfield, though. Dangerous area. Sumer trying to get it away from Kushner. Can she get it? No. Kushner comes out with it. Still, again, we're back to that scrappy type of play we've seen earlier. Doss on it now. Good turn. Trying to make something happen all on her own, but when she's double teamed by 2 defenders, that's not the easiest task in the world for sure. Adler trying to chase it down the sideline. We've seen her pace. Doesn't use it on this occasion, plays it into O'Neal. O'Neal out wide.
Great job stretching the field here.
Send inwards, low cross, great slide, and it will go in eventually.
And they'll get a third goal here. What a unusual goal that was. That ball is moving so slowly. I think it even fooled the MIT defense. They didn't seem to do anything about it, as there was no defender in anywhere near that ball.
It just switched off. I think it was Lou coming in at that back post who slid in and was a bit late on the run. And we all just assumed, I assumed, as did the MIT defense, that would just trickle wide.
It wasn't a shot, it was a pass.
Yeah.
It was good enough to get into a goal, and I think with 13 minutes left, you have to say that a 3-0 lead will probably put this match to bed.
Yeah, but from an MIT perspective, just complete switch off defensively for a very preventable goal.
Yeah, you've been seeing a lot of uncharacteristic mistakes for them in this game. Things that have not happened so far in the previous games. Definitely something to correct on as they move forward and try to get back to what made them so good in the first 5 games of the year.
Yeah, just a reminder, 2 goals conceded coming into this game, 3 goals in this one half for MIT. Just to confirm, Lou is the goal scorer on that one. Nicholas on the ball in midfield. Again, just lays it back to Segru. Taking her time. Here's Lamb. Trying to find Lou down the sideline. Good, well-angled ball. Can Lou get there before it reaches the sideline? No. Miller can, though.
Yeah, and even though MIT really needs a goal, they just have not been able to get consistent pressure at all on the Tufts side of the field. You can see here clearly that Tufts just is not giving up. Even with a 3-0 lead, they keep on pressing forward.
Here's Lamb. Again, double teamed by defenders. Can she get away from it? Manages to sneak it inside, looking for Lou, but can't quite get there. Still, Rogers trying to get it away and manages to force a throw-in. Although, unfortunately for her, it'll go the Engineers' way. Rowlett all the way this far back, just trying to get something to happen. Doss can't make that. And again, MIT fail to get it out of their defensive third. Rogers has the opportunity here. Throws it into Lamb. Lamb to Lou. Lou looking for Nicholas, but that one nicked out and cleared. One in midfield there by Beanstalk. I missed her substitution. Apologies. She is in midfield now. Meanwhile, Adler. Here's a chance for Birch to chase this one.
Yeah,
Chen
initially she didn't think that it was going out of bounds, but try to keep it in play.
Yeah, Chen just trying to make sure that that they didn't concede another silly goal off of that one, but we'll see if they can progress well out of defense here. At this point, down 3-0 with 10 minutes to go. This is more or less a training exercise for both teams. Just try and work on the things that haven't been working, and thankfully for MIT here, they got the foul here, so maybe they can get the ball forward.
Yeah, and I think pretty clearly in this game, I mean, it sounds cliche, but it really was a tale of two halves. I mean, MIT and Tufts were really neck and neck in the first half in terms of chances, not possession, but chances, and Tufts just really blew it open in the second half.
Ball loose, claimed by Birch. She lays it back, hoping for the clearance. The clearance does not come. Instead, it comes all the way into the midfield for MIT. Here's Sumer. Sent forward, Rowlett traps it, gets the shot away, but good intervention by Rogers.
What a fantastic block there.
Doss gets the shot away as well, but cannot get it on target. Going to get a raft of substitutions incoming as the win is more or less secured for the Jumbos today after what was a turgid first half performance, but much improved in the second. Edwards clears it out towards Birch. Back to Rogers. Rogers put under a bit of pressure, as is Segru, who is forced to clear that one out for another throw in deep down in this left side. Miller trying to take the throw early. Rowlett couldn't quite get onto it. And Rogers will take her time before clearing it upfield. You can see just at this point that Tufts don't need to worry about keeping possession on all their, or don't need to worry about clearing it as far as possible. They want to work on keeping possession from their defensive phase.
Yeah, but I think in the first half, one of their biggest problems was that they weren't quite able. They were able to have possession, but it wasn't the most meaningful possession. It wasn't the attacking possession that really creates chances. So I think going forward, I think Tufts really wants to work forward on that.
Miller, after the raft of tough substitutions, trying to take advantage of the freshness of some of these players. As this is Silvera on the ball. She gets it back. Can't quite get past Rowlett and is brought down though. Rowlett doesn't like the call, but nonetheless it stands. Free kick sent down the field. Miller wins it. Rowlett trying to sneak away. Sent out towards Sumer. Sumer sends it forward, but intercepted by Pats. Again, MIT just trying to sneak something at the end of this half. Haven't been able to get anything super concrete so far, but
They haven't been able to get much offensive possession, period, much less shots on goal, shots in general. Just a very unusual second half of them, considering their prolific goal-scoring output early on.
yeah. Here, this one chased by, sorry, that is Bat. MIT will try and come away with it. Out to that right-hand side. They will just not give up. Griffin now chasing it. Pressing is not quite as effective, but no less intense from Tufts in this last 10 minutes. Birch wins it. Coming away here is Silvera. Lays it off for Lamb. Lamb goes one way. Looking up maybe for a left-footed shot. Gets deflected. And Everett manages to sneak in there as Bat was waiting to pounce on that one, but Everett sneaks in to make sure nothing came of it.
Yeah, I mean, Everett has led in the 3 goals, but I don't think many of them have been her fault. I think really it's just been fantastic individual brilliance by the Jumbos and some bad luck on her part.
Yeah, as you said, wind had, I think, potential implications on that first goal especially.
Absolutely. Hasn't been as much of a factor I think we thought at the beginning, but still has definitely been something that players have had to account for.
Yeah, this one called out of bounds, just about. So Rowlett will try and launch one more opportunity. 6 minutes, 16 left. Lining up a long throw-in. Looking into the middle. Doss on the ball, has an opportunity here to turn, can't quite get away. Rowlett is forced outside by Rogers, and Rogers concedes the throw-in. We haven't seen any long throw-ins. I was wondering if we would today, and that evidence that why they can work, why they can be so effective.
Yeah, get closer to 5 minutes here.
Get another one here as that one cleared quickly. Meanwhile, here's Miller. Headed up into the air. Silvera can't quite get onto it. Concedes another throw-in. Miller has had about 6 or 7 throw-ins down this near side, and almost all of them have gone to Rowlett. Once again, Silvera comes away with it, though. Here's Lamb trying to spin her defender. Can't quite get away with it. Miller. Up towards Doss. Trying to spin away.
Yeah, Doss, I would have expected her to have a little bit more of an impact in the second half here. She was so effective in the first half in terms of creating chances, doing good wing play.
Yeah, Sumer coming in with a bold challenge there.
Really just goes to
on
show you
Kushner.
that
Yellow
nothing-
card issued, sorry, to Sumer there.
Really just goes to show you that nothing has gone as planned for MIT in the second half. It just has not been a very carefully executed, well thought out plan in the second half.
Yeah, I think Doss we saw in the first half decided to try and carry the team on her shoulders, and it looked good for the couple chances she had in the first half, but second half, it's just looked a bit disconnected, disjointed with her teammates, hasn't been able to create anything of real substance. Pause and play here. Not quite sure what for. They're going to retake the free kick potentially. Some confusion here.
Yeah. Looks like they're going to take the free kick. Probably some confusion about where the ball should have been located.
Mm. We're going to get Juan coming in for the Engineers momentarily. A deep throw in here, it looks like for the Jumbos it will be.
Yeah, they just have not been giving up here at all.
Yeah, Ron will be coming in for Sumer, who is on that yellow card now, just trying to make sure that they don't get their second red card of the season, are the Engineers.
Yeah, that would be the last thing they needed in the second half, but
on the far sideline, thrown in. Good shielding there by the Tufts player. Can she come away with it? Still with it, lays it off. Spinning. Pressured heavily. Looking out to this near side. Looking for Silvera, but couldn't quite get there. Rogers. Silvera. Back to Silvera.
good 1-2 play here. Good cross.
Good swung cross. Great intervention, though, by Everett.
Yeah, it just shows that Everett has that great command of the box. Maybe it hasn't shown that way in the box score, but definitely for your eye test, you can see that she's done a very good job in terms of, for the most part, making sure her box is clear of any wayward passes.
Yeah, with the exception of that third goal, she has been controlling in most of the crosses coming in. The sun has just gone behind the cloud for the first time in this game. Now it's coming back out again as soon as I say it. Meanwhile, Lamb, again, trying to line something up on her left foot. Can't quite get away with it. Swung in. Oh, nearly by Griffin. Looking for that near post shot. Everett had it covered, I think.
I mean, we've seen some really fantastic long range shots from the Jumbos in this game. They've just done a fantastic job at getting good positioning, getting a good foot on the ball. Hasn't always been accurate, but they've been powerful and they've been consistent, and they've been a very real and legitimate threat for MIT.
Yeah, English, Barnow, and Juan coming in for Sendel and, Sumer coming out, as well as Eberts. Here's Miller, moved into midfield. Doss can't get past Rogers. Lamb looking for Birch. Birch cuts it back inside onto her right foot. Good clearance by Doss, but Kushner is on the end of it. Griffin trying to bring it inside. Haven't been as so set on bringing it to the end line. I say that, now Kushner is bringing it to the end line, trying to get the cross in. Cuts it inside onto her right foot, but the cross is marshaled by Everett. 1:51 remaining, and this will probably just be a simple pass around until the end of this game.
Yeah, as we close the doors on what is a very impressive victory and much needed for this Jumbos team, as they really just had a rough stretch of form the last two games.
Silvera looking to find Birch up top. Can't quite thread it through, but not far off. Silvera still progressing. Now looking out wide. Sent in by Griffin. Across the face of goal. No one was there, but brilliant idea by Griffin.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a really underrated part of this game for Jumbos has been their crossing. I mean, they haven't always been able to get the ball in the right spots, but their crossing in terms of the precision and their passing has been fantastic.
They will actually get a corner out of it. I'm not sure which MIT player touched the ball last, but they will, again, not complain. Can't quite see who's taking the corner on that far end. Silvera taking the corner, swung in towards Lamb. Lamb can't get good contact on it, though. Liu plays it off of Miller, and it will be another Jumbos throw-in. 40 seconds remaining. Again, down in that far corner. Still just trying to take it to the corner and probably just let these last 20 seconds run out. Good game management by the Jumbos, and they will force a throw in here. Again, no need to go for anything crazy here with 10 seconds left in the game, as they will let this one play out.
What will be a very good victory for the Jumbos here, and a unfortunate setback for the Engineers, as they'll look to regroup after this.
Final. That'll do it today at Bello. Final score, Tufts 3, MIT 0. Tufts will improve to a 3-2 on the year, with MIT dropping to 5-1-1. Tufts women's soccer will be back in action this Saturday at 11 a.m. versus Hamilton, and we'll have that game for you here on JumboCast. I'd like to thank the crew today, my broadcast partner Gabe Gonzalez, with Charlotte Laquier behind the camera, Justin Laqueur on computer, Ivan Micah Baum from all of us here on JumboCast. Stay home safely. Sorry, I tried. I read it and then I saw it.
I'm glad to hear he isn't the only one that's been having problems with pronunciation. What? Yeah, I don't get it.
Okay, we don't talk about that.
In my defense, his temper is very good.
As someone who also gets the
Nice job, Micah. How's it working with you? Glad you got the second half. How did you feel?